Hi, this is Rick and welcome to the second Excel 2010 tutorial. And this one in this tutorial we're going to create just a basic spreadsheet and show you how to create some formulas to work with numbers in these spreadsheets and show you a little bit of formatting. So a couple things here is what I've done here is I've created some pre-populated some information here. I've created a list of, say, salespeople names. Sales folks names here on the left, and I put the region that they work in, and I put quarter 1 through quarter 4 sales information that they have. And one thing I want to mention also is I've got a website. It's 10minutetrain.com. You can go out there, and I will have all the videos posted out there, so you can go and search through different topics, or you go through them sequentially. I have a whole series for Office 2007 out there for Excel, Word, and PowerPoint that kind of goes from bare bones basics up to the more advanced topics, and then I'm going to do the same thing for Excel 2010. So with that said, the first thing I want to show you is what we want to do is put a total sales column together here. So in order to add these numbers up, the easiest way to do that is create a formula. In Excel, there's multiple options for formulas. You can go into the Formulas tab and do lots of different options here, and we'll visit that topic in later tutorials. But for right now, we're just going to create a really basic summarized formula. So in order to do that, all formulas in Excel start with the equal sign. So then you type equals and then SUM, and you see it'll auto-populate and give you all those options there. If you hit the tab key, it will automatically put an open parentheses there, or you can put it in yourself, and you'll see number 1, number 2, and so forth here. So in this case, we want to add up this cell C9 here through F9. So how we do that is we put our mouse on top of the cell that we want to start at, and we click and hold down the left mouse button, and then drag the mouse all the way to the F9 cell, let go of the mouse, and then close the parentheses manually and hit return. And now you see you've got the total value of all their sales added up here. So in order to replicate that down here to these cells to add up the other salespeople's totals, rather than having to do that each time and type equal sum and go through that process, the easiest thing to do is just highlight this one cell here where you already have the formula. Put your mouse right in the bottom right corner of the cell, and I don't think you can see it on the screen recorder, but your cursor will turn into a cross. Then click your left mouse button and hold it, and then drag down to the cell where you want to copy that formula to, and then let go. And you see what happened is now you'll notice up here, now it's C10 through F10, C11 through F11, so it automatically increments as you copy those formulas down. Now there is cases where you don't want to automatically increment a piece of the formula or all of the formula, and you can do there's another way of doing that. We'll visit that in another tutorial, in a future tutorial. So what I've done here also is you probably want to clean up this a little bit before you would share it with anyone or send it to anybody. So a couple good examples are, and I did this in advance already, but you can highlight all of these cells here, and I made them bold, but you could make them a different color here. You could go up and change the font color to red, or whatever's appropriate. I'm going to change it back to automatic, which is black. But you can go up here and you can make them italics or underline them, or whatever's appropriate. So I'm going to go ahead and undo those. Another way of editing the layout here, and you can change the font size and everything, is highlight those cells again by clicking the mouse, click the left mouse button here, hold it and drag it across here. And then you can right click and say format cells. Okay, and then you get options to format the cells, the fonts, bold, italic, font size, the color, so you get the same options, just a different way of doing it rather than going through the menu system up here. Alright, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now you notice we formatted this one here, so I'm going to go ahead and put down salesperson, I'm going to go ahead and type that in there, and you notice what happened, it automatically took the formatting that was already in the cell, so you don't have to reformat it then. Alright, so the next thing you might want to do is adjust the cell, the column width, or you could adjust a row height. In this case we're not going to do that because they're all pretty standard size. So you notice there's a lot of extra space over here that you may want to clean up. So you can edit the column width a couple of different ways. First thing you can do is drag your mouse up to the column, the top of column B here. Hit the left click button, you notice it highlights the whole thing. You can right click now and go to column width and select it and change it to, it's at 18.14, let's change it to 15 and hit return. You see it just changed it. Or you can click, move your mouse up top again, and you can't see it with the screen recorder, but your mouse will change and the cursor will change into a cross symbol. When that happens, go ahead and click and hold the left mouse button and drag it. Okay, and drop it where you want to. Okay, now you notice it cut it off. We can go back and drag it this way, so you can edit things easily like that. Finally, you can highlight it, and you can go under the Home tab here and go under Cells and go under Format and do Auto Fit. And you can do this for row height, or there's row height and there's column width. So we're going to auto fit it, and you see what happens, it automatically adjusts it to the right size of the cell. Okay. Other things you can do is you can go here and highlight these cells as an example, and you can center all of the text. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and right click and go down and say Format Cells, and I'm going to go here to Alignment, and I'm going to say Center, and I'm going to go ahead and say OK. Another thing you can do there, as you notice, is I can go back into Format Cells and Alignment, and I can take the text and I can move it like this and change it. For example, if you wanted to make something a little, make the title stand out a little bit more, you could do it like this. Alright, and you can change it however you want to. I'm going to go ahead and undo that and just leave it standard for right now. Finally, you can change the formatting of the cell here, and you can do that by, let's say you want to put dollar figures in front of this. I can format the cells. Whoop, it's going off the screen a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and choose Format Cells, and I'm going to go under Number, and I'm going to choose Currency, and you can choose how many decimal places you want. So we'll do 2 decimal places for right now, and we'll say OK. And you can change, you know, there's a whole sequence of options here. We're going to leave the default. Alright, and you see it has numbers over there. Next thing you may want to do is create a table for people to work with. So just highlight any cell within the table here, within the data. Go to Insert and do Table. And you notice by default it auto-detected the table from A8 through G16. And then the box is checked for My Table has headers. Headers are essentially these titles here. If you don't have titles, you don't want that checked. Then say OK. And you notice what happened here is it gave you a little pull down menu up top. Okay, the pull down menu will give you lots of options here. So for example, if you only want to look at the West region statistics, salespeople, you could go down here, uncheck Select All, and choose Select the West. And you can't see it here, but there's an OK button at the bottom. Choose OK, and you notice it only gives the West folks. Likewise, you can go back and select all, and you can go, here's another example, you can go here and do salesperson and do, you know, sort A to Z, so that changes it alphabetically. Another thing you can do is if you go over here to total sales, you could say you know, sort smallest to largest, right? Or show me, you know, so you can sort it many different ways. So that it's real handy to do that, especially when you get a large spreadsheet. I think the only other thing that I really wanted to show you here was I think that should about do it here. Anyways, moving forward, I'm going to add, you know, as the tutorials move forward, we're going to get a little more advanced on each one. Hope this was helpful, and please subscribe and look for, and I will be posting many more advanced tutorials. Thanks. Bye.